The Cougar, Issue 1. The Cougar, a Hollywood stuntman turned night stalker. Don't miss his first action packed adventure, Revenge of the Vampire. The eerie calm of a moonlit road is shattered by thunder. Undisturbed by its ominous roar are two men, one human and one undead. Each struggles to bring about the other's demise. All seems lost for the mortal as the vampire's inhuman strength prevails, a strength which battles his opponent into lifeless pulp. But before the combatants can conclude their struggle, nature intervenes. But this timely intervention was not natural, created instead by motion picture technicians. These men are part of a highly skilled team whose job it is to create screen thrills and adventure. Stuntman Jeff Rand thrives on the danger of his chosen profession. He is known to fellow stuntmen as the Cougar, due to his cat-like speed and agility, abilities that will be put to the test when Jeff finds out that vampires and cougars don't mix. This issue is dedicated to Dan Curtis. Cut, print it. You know, Harv, I'm just not falling off these coaches like I used to. Come on, Jeff. You could have done that fall in your sleep. It was great. Maybe, but I bet old Beckman won't think so. Very sloppy round, and how many times must I tell you, Lipton, to fall toward camera when you do a stunt? Lay off him, Beckham. It was a good stunt, you know it. What do you know about what's good? Nothing. That's what. What's the use? I'll fix it up in editing. Don't worry about Beckham, Harv. He's just feeling sorry for himself. He's been saddled with cranking out horror flicks for the last couple of years. As far as he's concerned, that's the bottom of the barrel. Forget it. Come on, let's head into town and hoist a few with the locals. You, sir, have got yourself a deal. Hey, why not ask the lovebirds to come along? Good idea. Hey, you two, how about joining us for a couple of beers? I'd like to, Jeff, but I've got to check out the castle for tomorrow's shooting. How about you, Miss Makeup Lady? Think you can bear being away from Mr. Wonderful for a while? What do you say, Roger? Can I rely on these two if I'm attacked by a bloodthirsty vampire? I think you're in good hands. It's just too bad some of us must work while others can play. See you later, gang. Okay, meet you in town, Raj. The others leave, and as he enters the castle, Roger becomes aware of the screaming silence, tossing off the possibility that it may be telling him, enter at your own risk. What a spooky place. I'm glad we're shooting here during the day. Huh? A coffin? That prop shouldn't be here until tomorrow. Beckham's going to have kittens when he finds this out. Old man Cradle should have known better than to leave his props lying around like this. And that steak. Geez, doesn't anybody read the script? Our movie Vampires Killed by Sunlight. The steak is removed, and a powerful wind fills the room. Unearthly calm is replaced by shrill sounds of the supernatural. And Roger gazes with silent horror as a humanoid shape fills what was once empty space. Rebirth complete. The vampire strikes. Ah! Meanwhile, in the village tavern, shall we have one more before calling it a night? Think I'll pass, Jeff. Got my big scene in the morning, and that hangover's not in the script. Arv's right. Tomorrow's call is for 6 a.m., and I can use the sleep. Well, go on back to the hotel. I'll meet you there. While outside, a tall, caped figure walks toward the tavern, attracted by the sounds of laughter within. It's been a long while since the fiends had a victim to quench his ages-old thirst for blood. But ready to strike, the vampire's glance changes from inhuman lust to one of painful recognition. Katya, my love, my heart's desire, how I have longed for you. Hey, pal, watch it. Okay, fella, you asked for it. The stuntman could withstand a great deal of punishment, but against the vampire's super-inhuman strength, Harv's ribs are snapped like dried twigs. Ah! While down but not out, the cougar makes his move with cat-like speed. Bullseye! Somebody call the constable and a doctor. But a mere flying kick is not enough to defeat the vampire, for the monster rises, his face a mask of snarling fury. All is silent in the tavern as human and inhuman confront one another. You may have stopped Harv, mister, but I'm not that easy to take out of action. But a vampire is no pushover either. Like the cat after which he is named, the cougar pounces upon his undead adversary, but the vampire is ready for him. Caught, gotta do something fast or he'll break me in two. I hope this works. Halt, or I'll fire. But the vampire doesn't halt, and the sound of gunfire fills the air. Gunfire that is futile. Look, he's escaping, man. He's pretty spry for a guy who's been kicked around and shot at point blank range. Sir, I do not see the humor in this. Who's laughing? Jeff, are you all right? I'm fine. Nothing a few band aids can't fix. But I don't think Harv fared quite as well as I did. How you doing, old buddy? Not so good. I feel like a bag of loose change. My pride's hurt too. Tell me about it. That guy kicked us around like wet laundry and never missed a breath doing it. I've got a theory about this guy, Jeff. Remember that TV movie we worked on about the vampire in Las Vegas? Remember the scene where the vampire was tossing us around like we were made of styrofoam? Oh, come on, Harv. You think this Joker's a real vampire? Add things up. My cracked ribs and your bruises speak for themselves. Outside the tavern, the cougar and Kathy observed with some sadness Harv's departure for the hospital. You think he's going to be all right? Harv's pretty tough. His pride hurts more than his ribs. He'll pull through just to spite that lunatic. Well, Kathy, Roger's probably waiting for you at the hotel. So for now, I suggest we get a good night's sleep and forget this whole thing. I guess you're right. See you tomorrow, Jeff. The next day, shooting on the gore of Dracula resumes. Where in blazes is that boyfriend of yours? I should know better than to rely on a boozer. That insipid weakling is fouled up for the last time. Please, Mr. Beckman, give Roger a chance. He hasn't touched a drop in months. What's the matter, Kathy? I'm worried about Roger. No one has seen him, and I've no idea where he could be. Wasn't he at the hotel last night? No, and his bed wasn't even slept in. I checked. Well, Rand, I rest my case. Not so fast, Beckman. Roger went up to the castle last night. So before you start flapping your jaws, let's take a look. Even with an early morning sun shining brightly, the castle retains its dark, foreboding atmosphere. Why would he be in there? If you recall, he came up here last night to make notes for today's shooting. Let's go inside. And after an exhaustive search, oh my god, get Kathy out of here. His body seems to be drained of blood. Oh, come off it, Rand. You've been taking this film too seriously. Look, you callous windbag, that dead body is not the product of our special effects department. Roger is not going to get off the ground when you say cut. You're choking me. Idiot. If you ever do that to me again, I'll yell nothing. A buddy of mine is dead, and I'm going to find out who killed him. Later, with the shooting postponed and after cooling off from his confrontation with Beckham, the cougar enters an old bookstore in town, hoping to locate some lore on the vampire. May I be of some assistance? Yes, do you have any books on vampires? Indeed, I do. Would you like something about vampires from this part of the world? Actually, I want to know about that castle outside of town. Its owner was supposed to be a vampire. So, you believe in vampires, young man? Most people feel they are, how do you Americans say it? A lot of baloney. that does not answer your question. I do have some books in the back. Come along. And in the dusty recesses of this ages old store, the castle was built in the 1600s by Baron Krolock. It says here that he went off to fight the Turks, and when he returned, he did so as one of the undead. When the village grew tired of living in fear of Krolock, they managed to find one of his blood lovers, a girl named Katya, and from there evolved a plan to trap the vampire and destroy him forever. The villagers located the girl, and when Krolock came calling, they put a wooden stake through his heart. His remains were placed in the cellar of Castle Krolock. But why all the questions? Surely you don't think that Krolock will walk again. No, I don't. Just doing a little research for the film I'm working on. Thanks for your time. If what the old man says is true, Kathy could still be in a lot of danger. That blasted fiend thinks she's his Katya. I'd better have a talk with the constable. Later at police headquarters. Look, Herr Bomber, I do not subscribe to the vampire theory any more than you do. But after that scene in the tavern and Roger's death at the castle, Kathy should have some police protection. You worry too much, Herr Brandt. I shot and hit that fiend in the tavern several times. Still, your film crew are guests. I shall station 2 men outside her hotel room. You have my assurance nothing bad will befall her. With the falling of night, an apprehensive Cougar warns Kathy of what might happen. Last night in the tavern, that guy mistook you for Katya. That was the name of his favorite lady friend. You must look enough like her for Krolock to think you are her. He may try and find you. I persuaded the constable to lend us a few of his men. Then you're sure Krolock is a vampire? Everything fits. Roger's body drained of blood, Krolock coming to the tavern in search of his bride, and then there's his superhuman strength, and the fact that bullets don't seem to have an effect on him. But with the police outside and me next door, you'll be perfectly safe. But the Cougar has spoken too soon, for outside, you! Stop right there. One more step and we'll be forced to. Spare me your threats, gentlemen. I shall go where I please. Most people can be intimidated by an officer of the law, but the vampire is not most people. The vampire does what he wants and destroys anyone or anything that gets in the way. That includes doors and cougars. What the? Out of my way, troublesome flea. Please stay away. I am not your Katya. Silence. You are mine now, and you will remain mine forever. Immortal and undead. And 20 minutes later, a battered cougar regains consciousness. Oh, my head. Kathy, where are you? She's gone, and Corlock's got her. Damn, think, man. If that old man at the bookshop was right about Corlock, then the Baron's gonna put the bite on Kathy, and the privacy of his castle is the best place for that. Outside, a newlywed couple pulls up in front of the hotel. Weary from hours of driving, they are oblivious to everything, save the thought of a nice warm bed in which to rest their tired bodies. I say, Millicent, this place looks most accommodating. Let's stay here tonight. Oh, Reggie, you're so romantic. Quite. I say, what's going on? I'll park your car, sir. You can pick it up in the morning. For your sake, Kathy, I hope I make it in time. Soon, a desperate cougar pulls up before Krolock's castle. There's no time for subtlety. I'll use the front door. Once inside, the cougar finds he's arrived none too soon. Stop right where you are, bloodsucker. Though the cougar springs with the speed of his namesake, he is swatted away, not unlike a bothersome fly. I should have known better than to try the direct approach. Still, it's going to take more than what I've got to stop him. I hope you're allergic to swords, Fangface. Though this blade was well sewed, many a usable owner Oh man, right now it is useless. I have a feeling I'm going to get slaughtered for this. Uh, with the strength of 20, Krolok lifts the cougar off the ground with the greatest of ease. No way I'm going to get out of this unless the curtain. If he can't see, he can squeeze. With superbly toned muscles that have suffered Hollywood's most difficult stunts, the cougar grabs some nearby drapery and, using his advantage, the cougar lets loose with a series of haymakers guaranteed to knock an elephant into the middle of next week. But a vampire is a tough opponent, and just one of his haymakers will knock the same elephant into the middle of next month. He's got me beat. Nothing I do has any effect. That table behind Krolok looks brittle enough. If I can just break it. The Baron's cruel smile changes to a mask of hideous evil as he closes in on the cougar. This is it, Jeff baby. To get to the table, you've got to go over the count. Miss and your cold meat. Go! Oh my God. With Krolok destroyed, Kathy snaps out of her hypnotic trance. Jeff, where's Krolok? That dust on the floor is all that's left of him. Are you okay? I've got some bruises to remember him by, but I'll live. Come on, babe, let's go home. The end.